Welcome to the Prescott Lab Podcast, not just theory, practical science for everyone. I'm Dr. Jonathan Prescott, a physician and integrative medicine researcher at the Ravenshade Institute for Human Health. If you're a man in your 60s or 70s, or simply someone who refuses to let aging dim your strength, I want to start today by speaking directly to you. You take over 20,000 breaths a day. And yet somewhere along the way, you might have lost that fire, energy down, sleep off, confidence slipping behind closed doors. But here's the twist no one told you. It might not be your heart, your hormones, or your diet. It could be your breath. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through 3 simple yet powerful breathing techniques that have helped men, real men, men like Frank, Richard, and Carlos, restore circulation, boost energy, sleep like kings, and yes, even return to form in the bedroom. No pills, no pressure, just oxygen, rhythm, and real science. But before we dive in, I want to ask something simple from you, something small that might just set something bigger in motion. If you believe in reclaiming your strength, if you want more days where you feel like yourself again, go ahead and hit that like button. Because I've seen it happen, the moment a man takes action, even just clicking like, the body starts to shift. The mind tunes in. And who knows, maybe today's the day the universe decides to bless those who breathe deeper and click sooner. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Tap that bell so you won't miss a single episode that could help you feel sharper, stronger, and more alive. And while you're at it, leave a comment, even just a 1 if this speaks to you, or a 0 if it doesn't. I read every one of them, and your voice helps guide the work we do. All right, gentlemen, let's begin. Let's start with the breath that wakes up your brain, your blood, and yes, your bedroom. 1. Power belly breathing, the morning reboot. Let me take you back to a quiet Tuesday morning in my office. Martin, 65, a former Navy mechanic, shook my hand firmly, but behind those steady eyes was a quiet fatigue. Well, he sat down and said, "Doc, I'm not crashing, I'm just coasting, and I hate that." He wasn't sick, he wasn't frail. But he felt like he was fading, waking up tired, dragging through the day, and in the bedroom, his words. "It's like the signal's there, but nothing answers." Men like Martin still carry the fire they had at 25, but when the body stops responding, most assume it's just age. Often, it's not, it's the breath. Specifically, how you breathe when you wake up. Shallow chest breathing, the kind where your shoulders rise and your belly stays still, sends a silent message to your nervous system. Stay alert, stay guarded. This tightens blood vessels, raises cortisol, and quietly turns down testosterone. That's why I taught Martin a simple shift, power belly breathing. No gadgets, no prescriptions. Just 5 quiet minutes each morning to reclaim his rhythm. Here's how it works. 1 hand on the chest, 1 on the belly. Inhale slowly through the nose, letting the belly rise. Hold gently. Exhale softly through the mouth. Repeat, that's it. Martin was skeptical, but 2 weeks later he left me a voicemail. "Doc, I woke up, stood up, and felt ready, and I had morning wood first time in months." Now you might chuckle, but for a man who's been living half charged, half present, that moment means something. It means his body still works. It just needed to remember. Physiologically, this kind of breathing boosts nitric oxide, calms the nervous system, and sends oxygen deep where it matters most, including the groin. Emotionally, it gives men something even more powerful, control. No pills, no pressure, just breath and intention. Martin said, "For the first time in years, I don't feel like I'm chasing energy. I'm generating it." So tomorrow, before screens, before coffee, breathe. Let your body know it's safe. Let it know it's time to show up again. Because once you learn how to wake up your system, you'll want to know how to shut it down properly at night. And that's exactly where we're headed next. 2. Why men lose blood flow over 60, and it's not just age. Let's get honest for a minute. You can eat clean, lift weights, take every supplement, and still feel flat. Low energy, weak drive, poor circulation. And no one ever tells you why. They blame your age, your testosterone. But more often than not, it starts higher up with something simple, quiet, and overlooked, your breath. When you breathe up in your chest, short, shallow, stressed, your body gets the message, stay guarded, stay tense. Blood can wait, your nervous system locks into survival mode. Blood vessels tighten, cortisol spikes, testosterone drops. And circulation slows, especially down there. Add years of poor posture, long hours at a desk, and that habit becomes hardwired. Tight diaphragm, less oxygen, less blood to your core. And when blood stops moving, so do confidence, focus, and presence. But here's what most men don't realize. That slowing down you feel, it's not permanent, it's not even about aging. It's about flow and the fact that your body has forgotten how to enter restore mode. That's why we start with breath, not the kind that keeps you alert, the kind that tells your nervous system, you're safe, you can open up. Power belly breathing is the first step. It rewires your system not with noise but with rhythm. You restore nitric oxide, you lower stress. And most importantly, you give your body permission to work like it was meant to. Because blood isn't just fuel, it's identity. And when your blood moves, you think better, you sleep deeper, you carry yourself differently. And that brings us to the next critical moment. Not how to wake up the system, but how to quiet it down, so it can rebuild from the inside out. Next up, the breathing method used by Navy SEALs and monks alike to let go of tension and sleep like a man who's earned peace. 3. Box breathing, the sleep restorer. Raymond was 71 when he first sat across from me. A retired civil engineer, sharp mind, strong voice, but something inside him had unraveled. He looked at me and said, "Doc, I don't think I've slept through the night in 5 years." It wasn't the kind of tired a nap could fix. It was deeper, a nervous system that had forgotten how to shut down. His mind raced at bedtime. Small thoughts turned loud. The body stayed wired even in the dark, and when he finally did sleep, it was shallow. He'd wake up drained, irritable, and distant from himself and from his wife. Now here's the hard truth. As men age, the stress that once drove us starts breaking us down. Cortisol lingers longer, testosterone fades, and the body slowly forgets how to rebuild. That's why I didn't give Raymond a pill, I gave him a pattern. Box breathing, 4 sides, 4 beats. Inhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds. Exhale 4 seconds, hold again, just like a box, steady, grounded, contained. He practiced it sitting up in bed, lights off, phone away. Eyes closed, breath slow, controlled. After 1 week, he came back and said, "I slept through the night, no pills, no noise, just breath." His eyes lit up, like someone had hit the reset switch on his nervous system. And that's exactly what happened. Box breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, the body's command center for recovery. It slows the heart, calms the mind, lowers cortisol, and allows testosterone to rise again naturally. Within 2 weeks, Raymond wasn't just sleeping, he was lighter. His energy came back, his mood changed. And one morning, he told me, half grinning, something else woke up too, and my wife noticed. Because deep sleep isn't optional. It's when your body restores blood flow, repairs tissue, balances hormones, and even sharpens memory. Without it, you're surviving. With it, you're restoring. Box breathing is simple, but don't underestimate it. You're not just breathing, you're training your system to let go with control, to choose calm over chaos, stillness over noise, healing over hurry. And when a man learns to sleep again, truly sleep, he stops surviving the night and starts rebuilding the man he thought he'd lost. Because next, I'll show you what happens after sleep is restored, when you're ready to wake something deeper up. Energy, focus, desire, fire. And it all starts in the breath again, this time with power. 4. Healing sleep, testosterone's secret partner. Let's clear something up. You can't fake deep sleep. You can close your eyes, you can stay in bed for 8 hours, but if your brain never drops into deep restoration, your body stays stuck in survival mode. And when that happens, testosterone doesn't rise, blood vessels don't repair, muscle isn't built, desire doesn't return, because sleep isn't just rest, it's regeneration. Every night, your body has a narrow window, a specific phase where testosterone is produced, and that production isn't passive, it requires rhythm, stillness, darkness, and above all, safety. If your nervous system is still on alert from stress, noise, or years of broken patterns, that phase gets disrupted. The factory shuts down, and you wake up wondering why you feel half alive. That's why box breathing is so powerful. It doesn't just calm you, it primes you. It's like dimming the lights on a stage so the main act healing can begin. And when that happens, cortisol drops, growth hormone rises, nitric oxide is restored. Your blood sugar balances, your memory consolidates, and yes, your testosterone levels begin to rebuild. I've had men tell me they started dreaming again for the first time in years. And that matters. Because dreams aren't just imagination, they're evidence that your brain is finally entering deep REM. One man, Harold, 70, told me, "I used to feel like a machine winding down. Now I wake up with something to give." Well, that shift isn't mystical, it's biological. And it starts with one thing: real sleep. So if your mornings feel flat, if your edge is gone, look at your nights. Because the truth is this: you don't build testosterone at the gym. You build it at 2 a.m. when your body is still and finally free to restore. 5. Charge breathing, awakening your core. Thomas was 66. He'd lost his wife 6 years ago. A quiet, kind man who'd spent most of that time taking care of others, his grandkids, his garden, his church. But recently, someone new had come into his life. A woman from his community choir. She made him laugh again, and also brought something back he hadn't felt in years: nervousness. He came to me with that look I've seen many times, equal parts hope and fear. "Doc," he said, "what if I can't rise to the occasion? What if I disappoint her and myself?" That fear isn't uncommon, and I'll tell you right now. The answer is not another blue pill. It's reconnection, not to fantasy, but to your own masculine current, the one that never truly leaves you. It just gets quiet. That's where charge breathing comes in. It's not gentle, it's not sleepy. It's not about relaxing. It's about waking something up that's been dormant. Here's how it works. You breathe fast, short, rhythmic inhales and exhales through the nose. Then you inhale deeply, hold, and gently contract your pelvic floor like stopping the flow of urine. Hold, release, repeat. At first it feels strange, but after a few rounds something shifts, the blood moves, the energy builds, the awareness drops from your head to your center. Thomas said it best. After the third time, I felt like I was glowing from the inside out. Like something lit up down there that hadn't flickered in years. That something isn't magic, it's circulation, activation, presence. You're not just breathing into your lungs, you're claiming your core, hips, groin, pelvis, the seat of confidence, sexuality, and primal strength. And when that center wakes up, you walk different, you speak different. You enter a room differently. Thomas practiced it 3 times a week, sometimes before a date, sometimes just for himself. And he told me, it's not just about performance anymore. It's about feeling alive again. Well, that's the power of charge breathing. You're not forcing anything. You're flipping the breaker switch in a system that's been dim for too long. So if you felt numb, disconnected, or unsure, try this, because the fire never left you. It just needed air. 6. Masculine reconnection, beyond the bedroom. There's something I've learned after 30 years working with men. A man doesn't lose his strength all at once. He loses it quietly when he starts to disconnect from himself. Not from his job, not from his partner, from himself, from his center, from the grounded stillness that once made him feel undeniable. And it happens more often than you think. Life piles up. Stress stretches you thin. The body dulls. And slowly, without realizing it, you stop inhabiting yourself. You show up, but only halfway. You function, but without presence. You move, but your weight isn't in your bones anymore. You're floating. That's why breath matters. Not because it's trendy, but because it's the most ancient, reliable way to come back into your own skin. When you breathe deep into the belly, you're not just calming nerves. You're dropping into yourself. When you slow the rhythm with intention, you remind the body it doesn't need to brace. It can soften. It can open, and when you charge that breath with focus and power, you reoccupy the very space where your confidence once lived. See, masculinity isn't a performance, It's not loud, it's not forced, it's not anxious for approval. True masculinity is anchored, it listens before it speaks, it leads without pushing. It walks into a room and people feel it before a word is said. That's what this work is really about. It's not about fixing what's broken, it's about remembering who you were when you felt whole. Then choosing, breath by breath, to live from that place again, not just in bed but at the table, on the phone, in the mirror. So if something in you's been quiet for too long, don't shout, don't chase, just pause. Let the breath show you where you've been hiding, and step back in a full weight, full voice, full presence. Because that's what changes everything. 7. Final message: one breath away from your comeback. After more than 3 decades walking beside men through their quiet battles, I can tell you this: age doesn't steal your strength, disconnection does. The body doesn't shut down in one day. It gives you signals in the fog you wake up with, in the nights you lie awake staring at nothing, in that slow fade of confidence when things don't work the way they used to. But here's what matters most: those signals aren't the end. They're an invitation to return to your rhythm, to your clarity, to your grounded masculine force. That's what these 3 techniques are about and always have been. Power belly breathing rewires your system to wake with energy, clarity, and presence. Box breathing teaches your body to release the grip of stress and rebuild in peace. Charge breathing reignites the current running through your chest, your gut, and yes, your manhood. You don't need pills, you don't need perfection. You just need breath done with intention, done consistently. Because the truth is, everything you thought you lost was never gone. It was just waiting for you to show back up. And maybe today is the day you do. So I'll leave you with this: start with 5 minutes. Start with one breath. Start with the choice to come back. And if this message speaks to you even a little, go ahead and tap that like button. Not just for the channel, but as a signal to yourself. A quiet declaration: I'm ready. And if you've tried any of these techniques or you're just getting started, leave a comment below. I read them, I respond. This space isn't just a podcast, it's a circle, and your voice belongs in it. Lastly, if you want more episodes like this, subscribe and hit the bell. That way, the next time you need a reminder that you're not done yet. I'll be right here waiting to breathe with you again. You've still got it. Now it's time to claim it.